right, Bert. Deebo Samuel goes to the Commanders for a 5th-round pick. What do you make of that? People are going, why did the Patriots?
It's a great example of like when you're not trading a player, you're trading a contract, and this boils down to Deebo Samuel being really beat up. If you look at the numbers, he had his least productive year about from a per game perspective last year. He has trouble staying in shape. I mean, he's expensive. He's $17.5 million. So there wasn't much of a market for him. And, it's interesting because I hear people, there were some Cowboys fans that were upset about it because of Jonathan Mingo, the receiver they traded for. They gave him a 4th-round pick for him. It's like, well, why would you give up a 4 for Mingo and then not a 5 for Samuel? Well, those aren't apples to apples. Mingo's on a rookie contract. He has 2.5 years left on his deal when they trade for him. He was initially a 2nd-round pick, so maybe he had a high grade on him when he was coming out. Versus like Samuel, who is, again, like I think most people would say, like maybe even though he's only 27, is like taken so many hits, has been injured so much, has been in and out of shape so often. Like you don't know exactly what he has left. And everybody saw the writing on the wall with this. I mean, The Niners have a bottleneck of contracts, and they were going to have to move some money out of the building, so this is part of it.
Okay, it's also been rumored the Patriots would be interested in trading DK Metcalf. A, is he available? And B, where is he in his career? If Deebo Samuel's regressing, they're about the same age.
Yeah, I think TBD on his availability. I don't know if he'd be a very good fit for Josh's offense, to be completely honest with you. I think if Josh's offense is still what it was, and again, like I think there's a balance between, I think Josh has made some adjustments to what he's doing, and he's trying to get more user-friendly with it. That said, I mean, I have a hard time seeing like a time where Josh's offense won't put a premium on route running, and this guy isn't a great route runner. He's a physical freak. But he's not a great route runner, so I don't know that he'd be a great fit.
All right, there's rumors with the Patriots picking at 4 that the Jets and Giants, the 2 New York teams, are interested in trading up into the draft. All right, so do you agree with that? And also, what is the word on Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders and how people want them?
So the Giants have already checked in with the Titans on going up to 1. The Titans, I don't think are. I've talked to both those guys. To Mike Borgonzi and to Brian Callahan on the record about this, and over the weekend, and they said that more or less they want to go through the whole process before they make a decision on whether or not they're going to trade the pick. They hold all the cards since nobody can get in front of them, and so they're gonna wait until they get through pro days, the 30 visits, which are coming up. They'll do those real soon. They're going to do all of that stuff to get all the information they need and then look at trading it. But the Giants are looking at trading up.
All right, I have a report here.
No, but there's the second part of the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward coming out of the combine, what is the
Is that what you're getting to, Wally?
No. This is in concert with it, but yes.
It doesn't matter who's getting to it. It was the second part of my question.
We don't have time for a concert.
I would say from the conversations I've had, there is a bigger gap between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders than people realize. And I had a hard time at the Combine finding anyone who thought Shedeur Sanders is worth the top 5 pick, period. And the reason why is and we talked about this last year with Drake May, and this is why I was really strong on them taking Drake May 3rd overall and not trading down and winding up with McCarthy or Penix. I think in the way the NFL is right now, you have to chase ceiling at quarterback, and especially if you're in the AFC. And so, the Titans are picking first, the Browns are picking second, both have a quarterback need. If you're those teams, you have to look at it and say, it's not like what we can do with the quarterback right now. It's in 3 or 4 or 5 years. Can we envision this guy being good enough where he's going to be able to go through a gauntlet in the AFC of Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud? Are you going to be able to get to that level with this quarterback? And while Cam Ward isn't consistent enough yet, the flashes you get have him there. So I do think, I would say the great majority of the league right now thinks Cam Ward, then Gap, then Shedeur Sanders. And I would say for some of the people I've talked to, the gap between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders is bigger than the gap between Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart from Ole Miss.
Jeez.
Wow.
He impressed at the combine, right? I was reading
Dart?
Dart.
Yeah, like I think Dart's an interesting one because the guys at Ole Miss really like him, and I know teams that have talked to, and the teams that are like wired at that program have talked to people down there who really think the NFL is missing the boat on him. Some of the questions that with him have to do with the offense and how simplistically Kiffin's offense is, but I do know, like, Charlie Weiss's kid went down there and has been the offensive coordinator the last couple of years, and they have done some NFL things. So, I think Dart's going to be an interesting name. Is he a second rounder? Can he sneak into the bottom of the first round? I think that'll be a discussion point in the next 6-7 weeks.
Did you lay eyes on Will Campbell?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an impressive athlete.
Really short arms.
That measurement
really
came in last
arms.
night.
I actually got to meet his parents over the weekend too.
They have short arms?
They did not. They did not look like pterodactyls or whatever.
So it wasn't like
T-Rex.
a T-Rex family?
T-Rex
Do
arms.
pterodactyls have long
Pterodactyls have wings, Bert.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Really short arms.
32 and 5/8.
Everything we read say this is enough to drop him into the teens.
I missed archaeology class in
Okay,
in
what about
Columbus.
the arms?
The arms.
It's definitely something you have to look at because there have been lots of guys where you look at them coming out of college and you say, why can't he play tackle? And then you find out. And so it's not a non-issue, and the arm length does matter. And you saw it in the Super Bowl with what happened to Joe Tooney at left tackle, right? Like he looked fine. Oh, wait a minute. No, he's not. You know what I mean? Like, and Joe might be a Hall of Fame guard. Same Zach Martin. Zach Martin was a left tackle at Notre Dame. Well, why couldn't one of the greatest guards of all time play left tackle? Well, that's why. So this isn't a non-issue. And I do think the one thing I'll be interested to like see what Vrabel's perspective is on this, because he had this sort of situation 2 years ago with Peter Skoronski. You guys know that name?
Yes.
No.
Northwestern, right?
From Northwestern. He was the 11th pick in the draft. He was a left tackle at Northwestern. They took him, and there were some people that said he can play left tackle. Other people didn't. Other people didn't think so. Same sorts of issues. Never played a snap at tackle. Wound up just playing guard. So, like, he had one of the, he was looking at a guy sort of like this a couple of years ago in Tennessee. So I think Will Campbell's a fantastic player. You saw the athleticism, right? So if you're looking for an example of a guy who did overcome some of those things, Rashawn Slater from the Chargers would be the comp that you would want to look at. And then you have to determine, is Will Campbell as athletic as Rashawn Slater was coming out? Because that's how Rashawn Slater has made up for the lack of length at the pros.
For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.